Hey, welcome to this episode of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with your host, me, Iona Meade, at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So it is Emotional Freedom Wednesday. And so today we're talking about the emotional scale, the vibrational scale. If you've ever heard of Abraham Hicks or Esther and Jerry Hicks with Abraham, then you might be familiar with the emotional scale. So I want to talk about raising our vibrational frequency as spiritual entrepreneurs, doing our light work in the world, having that light work balance and or light work and lifestyle balance. And so let me know if you have that life work balance. And by balance, I mean being in harmony with what it is that you do. So every single day I talk about spiritual business success at the Soul Legacy TV, and welcome. And if you have any comments or any questions, or you know the emotional scale, or you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, then let me know in the comments. I am streaming this out. It is a YouTube podcast, so I will be repurposing this. It actually is all over the socials. So it says Facebook user. So I put your comment on there. You have to let StreamYard know that you are on with me. Again, if you're in my any of my groups or on my Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, welcome. So you say vibration is at its highest. Absolutely. And so the emotional scale on a Wednesday with the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, every single Wednesday, I come back and I talk about what is going on for me vibrationally, but also thinking about the vibration in every single area of our life and letting that flood in and flow in and becoming more in alignment and having ease, grace, and flow in every single area of our life. Sometimes as spiritual entrepreneurs, spirituality, we've got it down, we've got flow in there and we feel great about it. But say money, we're like, not so much, or how we feel about it. Or certain relationships, or having a fear about contributing, or not being in the environment that we're in. So every single area we are going to be addressing with the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. And I love the Wednesday because it's like an emotional reset to look back at the week and also set intentions for the next week. So hey Sydney, how you doing? Appreciate you and your knowledge. Thank you so much. Hey, I love Abraham Hicks. Love it. Sydney, was that you in the Facebook group or not? So whoever you are in the Facebook group, you can leave your name. I'll see you when I come offline, but I appreciate you too. And thank you for saying that. You know, I'm just sharing where I am. And I want to support you in raising your own vibrational frequency. And so every single day on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, if you don't know, I talk about raising your vibration. I talk about being in alignment with your vision, your values, and your vibrational frequency in 7 areas of your life. I break them down. And if you're familiar with the wheel of life and breaking life down like that, I use the Soul Legacy wheel. As the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, I flipped it. And I didn't want to just talk about law of attraction, everything coming to me. I want it underneath that law is the law of vibration, and vibrating at the frequency of love and freedom and joy and empowerment and appreciation and knowledge and all those things. I really wanted to do that, but I wanted to do it for me. I wanted to do it for me first. So this is my daily practice, my journal. I share my journaling practice with you. I want to be raw and real. And then I share it with my students. So this is streaming out in the Soul Legacy Academy. So we're launching, leading and leaving our soul legacy and ease, grace and flow for contribution freedom on a Monday, health freedom on Tuesday, which was yesterday, emotional freedom Wednesday, environmental freedom Thursdays, relationship freedom Friday, spiritual freedom Saturday, and financial freedom Sunday. So Sydney says, no, I'm on YouTube this time. I can see it says you're on YouTube. Somebody's in the Facebook group. So whoever that was, thank you. And so how are you feeling? If nobody's asked you today, how are you feeling? So this is a very practical episode. We're going to visualize, we're going to set intentions, we're going to set soul guided actions, we're going to express gratitude together today. We're going to journal together, and we're going to soul speak into existence your vision. We're going to talk about vision boards. We're going to play the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge. Yay! We're going to do it vibrationally first. As spiritual entrepreneurs, often we want to contribute, we want to give, we want to serve, right? And I want to show you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients and call in your soul tribe. Before I dive into this episode, what I want to share is I'm going to share a book that I listened to, which is at the end of this episode. I pulled a card. I'm going to share with you what the card is for today from Keepers of the Light. So the book that I listened to today was The Choice for Love by a lady called Dr. Barbara DeAngelis. And I remember when I bought this book, I was cleaning homes. It wasn't that long after my son passed 8 years ago, and I came offline after a year of serving, and I wanted to help and heal myself first. And I came across this book, and I had my headphones on, and I would clean homes, and I would visualize this moment, and many moments, and they've manifested like beyond. I didn't know I would be doing exactly this, but I knew that it was temporary. Where I was temporary, and I didn't want to be in like the childcare field. I wanted to help and heal myself first. So I was working on my business, and I was working on helping and healing myself first. So I'm really proud of the fact that I'm actually even here. Going up the emotional scale, what we usually do is find that we are vibrating at a certain frequency on certain topics, and we drop down on in frequency and feeling on certain areas of our life frequently, and then we come back up. And what we want to do is learn the pattern of our emotional scale. Like, so say if it's overwhelmed, you feel overwhelmed, that's it, spiral down, fear, all the things. And then you might come back up at a hopefulness or optimism. So you want to learn and not actually be as pushed and pulled by this illusion or called reality, because it is an illusion. And when we look back from a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, life changes and circumstances changes, and we don't have all control over everything, but we do have how we respond and how we react. So today, Shamiko Cole, hey love, powerful, thank you for being here, welcome. So I can't remember what day it was, but I definitely called in my soul tribe. You'll see the post. I have to note the day. I'm like, listen, bring me my soul tribe. We're ready as a collective to come together and raise the vibration. It starts with us. It starts with me. It starts with you. And if we raise our vibrational frequency, we're supporting the collective. We're shifting that energy. That this whole episode is about, and the whole series is about, rising and residing to what I call the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency that we wish to witness in the world. Us doing it, not pointing as spiritual entrepreneurs are like, I want you to do this. I have this knowledge. It's like, okay, let's turn around and walk our own talk. So let's rate our vibrational frequency. I want to share a little bit about my day and how my day's gone. I'd love to know how your day has gone. So I feel amazing, actually. I've relocated. I'm in a different environment, and it is fueling my soul, family, and it's just been amazing for me. So where you are in terms of how you're feeling, in terms of your relationships, how you're feeling in terms of your environment, how you're feeling in terms of your health, how you're feeling in terms of your contribution, how you're feeling in terms of your finances, how you're feeling in all of these 7 freedom frequencies is the code that you get to create your own code to your own happiness, to your own joy, to your own love, right? And so today, my daughter, I was recording, and I was in the middle of recording. I've actually got my dress on for me recording, right? I'm like, I didn't finish all of my recording. I was recording my boot camp, and my daughter was like, Mum, what are you doing? I was like, why? Working. And she's like, are you going to eat lunch? And I'm like, why? Like, not right now. I've not long had breakfast because I fasted at like 11 or something. It's about 11. She said, oh, well, I'm going to come round and I'm going to bring my lunch. And so we're not far now. So I was in London, and where I am now is in Suffolk. So it's like an hour and a half drive, and it's London. So it's like, it feels further. And so this last 3 months, we haven't been able to do that. So that's really new. So I loved it. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to do a recording. I paused the recording, did a part 1, and she came over, we had lunch. And then my sister was over from the States, And I was like, my daughter's got a new car, and she's like I came to give you like a tour around and stuff because she's not long past her test. And I was like, okay, she passed the test when I was away. So I was like, okay. So she took me in the car, and we went off and looked for my sister and my nephew who's over from the state. My sister's over from the States. And it was just how I feel about my environment, how I feel about my work, how I feel about I'm having a beautiful day. So hopefully you're having a beautiful day. So you do see me now? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I'm repurposing this. My niece has rang me because I said to her, I'm not recording right now. But yeah, she'll be asking me if I want something from the shops. So anyway, how are you feeling? If you're in soul funk, that is like a 1. If you're in soul flow, it's like an 11. It's like guided, in alignment with source, and things are just popping. Things are just, you've had so much contrast that you're like, everything's flowing for me now. Write that down, and write down how you feel every single day. Check in with you. And at the end of the week, what we'll do is see where you're dipping. And so that 7 frequency frequency, you've got evidence of, and it changes throughout the day, and it changes but you've got something to say, actually, in this area of my life, I'm really good. And if this area of my life, it kind of sucks. So you can like maneuver that. And so for me, last week where I was, at this time, I was in London, and that environment sucked. So it started to suck a lot. And I was like, okay, I'm lowering that. So what do I need to do? Just relocated. Every other area is elevated. If there's one area, I'm not saying that you can do that, but being a spiritual digital nomad now, like I can, that's the bonus and the benefit. And so I can relocate and do what I want to do, and find a place to work that lights and feels up my soul. So what is it, if you feel in soul funk or soul flow, what is it that's lighting you up? Do more of that, have more of that. Be around the people that feel like sunshine, yellow, like sunshine and fun. And one of my biggest values is fun. So if something does not feel like fun, it's going to lower my vibration, no end. So, what's that for you? So write that down. So mine is an 11. I will record mine as well. As we go through the next segment, it is about vision boarding and what you have on your vision board emotionally that lights you up. So what we do is we segment your life into these 7 areas, and you'll see my vision board challenge in the show notes and in the description, and I will put it in the cards on the YouTube channel, so that you can go through this process and get really clear on each area of your life, your contribution, your health, your emotions, your environment, your relationships, your spirituality, and your finances, and see how you feel about the version of you who is manifesting that. And then we bridge that gap, right? How you feel about it. If you have fear about it, if it doesn't feel like it's the next natural step, there's something that you're missing vibrationally in between, right? So it's a free vision board challenge. I do it. There's a replay of it now, and I do it live annually on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time, Monday to Sunday. So this journaling process, we do the visioning and the vision boarding, and then we journal and we acknowledge the universe, and we say thank you. We express gratitude every single day, and we put that reticular activating system to say more of that, please. Thank you. Amazing. We're emitting that vibration. We're feeling as good as we can in the moment. We don't always feel high vibe. I know that, but I'm documenting the journey, and I want you to look back over this like next year of us doing this together, and the next year and the next year, and know that every single day counted. How you launch your day, how you lead your day, and how you leave your day. It counts. It matters. We're not taking it for granted. And where I was, my friend, she was taking it for granted. She's got like health stuff, but still, like, you're here, you're living, and you're breathing. And I say that because I've had a lot of losses. And my dad, my son, my brother, and I'm like, there's no way on this God's green earth that I'm going to waste a day. No, not for anyone. Right. And so I had to then move into the space where I feel that love, and it's okay to love myself and somebody not judge for me loving me. You know, it's taken a lot to even get here. And there's nothing is going to pull that vibration down for me to then, you know what I mean? I've got so much contrast that every single little thing that I can see and I feel each day, I'm appreciating even more. I'm just so ecstatic today. Like when I got out of bed, my niece is like, so why are you happy then? So I said, you know, because I said I was just buzzing. She's why? And I said, because I can get to record and the internet's working and blah blah blah. And she's like, okay. It's like when you have that contrast, it's like, listen, I'm ecstatic. And then my daughter messaged me. I was like, yes. And then I said, should we go look for your auntie? And my sister actually rang for me, but I didn't know. So we'd literally called each other in. It's that connection. So that vision, what is on your vision board for each area of your life, especially your emotions, we want to tune into that. I'm just looking at my notes because I want to move into the next section. What we're going to do is express gratitude, right? And the best thing to do, my notebook just closed. The best thing that I have found to do that, and the way that I do the 7 Freedoms frequency for spiritual business success, but it's that life work balance. It's about being grateful for where we are. Yes, I'm talking about having a vision, and yes, I'm talking about launching your day and leading your day and shifting in life. But also, this is like the hardest thing sometimes, is to be grateful for where we are, appreciate where we are, and then have a desire for it to change. So it's like I have a desire for it to change. And then in this moment, I've got to be grateful as if it's already happened. I know it hasn't happened. And I'm going to, let's just express gratitude the way that we can, right? So the way that I do it, I say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. Sydney says, I'm definitely having an unfolding kind of day on the cusp of flow and it's exciting. I love that. I love that. Please journal this day. Please date this day and then come back next week, right, on Emotional Freedom Wednesday and tell me how the week has panned out because of this day. Because of this day unfolding the way that it is, that shifting, you know, as we go through our awakening and our spiritual ascension and we alchemize it. Let me know what alchemy comes to you in the next. Let me know what miracles come to you that manifest as a result of you holding space for yourself, actually like witnessing that unfolding day, having that awareness that it's an unfolding and on the cusp of flow and it's exciting. Bringing that flow, bringing like if you were to feel in flow, what would it feel like now? Bring it in anyway. You know, we don't have to wait for it to come. We can just bring it in. We can just decide. So we're in flow because on the cusp of flow is like, okay, it's just almost bring it in anyway. I love that. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate whether something in the past, something in the present, and something in the predicted future, if you don't feel like you've got something now, or something on your vision board, right? And so I say I'm happy and grateful and I appreciate. So I say my gratitude with you. I call it soul speaking into existence. And I hold this rock and this love heart stone because my daughter gave me it when she was little. And it's just love, right? And so, my love as a mama and that energy, and it was a gift. It's beautiful. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. In terms of contribution, oh, what should we say? Oh, okay. So in terms of contribution, the video that I did, and I've just been told this in Facebook Messenger in our call chat, that a member has watched, I'm not going to call her name, has watched my video, and she said, I watched your video about your story and it was really nice to get to know you a bit and you're being faithful the whole way through. I'm not sure which video that is. I'm guessing it was on my online calendar and it was my episode of the first episode at the Soul Legacy TV. I don't know. I'm going to confirm that. But I'm really happy and grateful that we have video and I'm able to contribute, share my story, and then someone else feels like they can get to know me a little bit when I say I'm calling in my soul tribe. That's the contribution that I want to make, and that's how powerful video is. I'm really happy and grateful that I get to do that, and I got that feedback. I'm happy and grateful, and I don't even know which one it was. It's beautiful. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health. I would say eating clean today. I've eaten clean today. So when it's my cycle, I don't eat so clean. It's gone, and I'm like, yes, I'm back, and I've got back to. It's not really gone that much, but I'm back to my water intake. I have my decaf coffee as well. But I feel really good. I feel really good for the food, the water, that I'm able to fuel my body, like my body fit. So my niece had said she's invited me out for the weekend with her friends. My niece is like 35 and I'm 50, right? But I'm going. So I was like, no, you don't want me to go out with your friends. She's like, I do. I've told them already. And she said, oh, I'm pretty cool. So I was like, did you actually? She said, yeah. And they said, well, she can come, but as long as she doesn't put us to shame. She's like, yeah, she probably will. And I was like, oh, my health and me looking after myself and feeling vibrant and feeling, I love that. Because at 50, I remember my mum at 50, and my mum had me at like 28. And I remember thinking, oh God, you're not coming anywhere with me. That's not nice. I was a kid, right? And like, I was like, mm-mm. But I have the relationship, and I believe it's because I'm healthy and happy, and I set that intention, right? So I'm grateful for that. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotions, the love that I have with my family, with my daughter. And she said, it was really great to see you today, Mom. I'm like, oh, and I got a hug from my sister. My sister came out from the States. Just love. Like, yeah, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate environmental freedom. I've been raving on about this change of environment, and it's not new. My niece has been here years and years. I've been here. I haven't ever visited and stayed or what have you. It's not new, but it was because it was birthed by so much contrast and an asking and a surrendering from the universe, and that call being answered. I'm so happy and grateful for that. And I'm in an environment, I posted on my Facebook that I'm in an environment where I've got a cat. I didn't share that one. I've got a cat and 2 dogs. I am not an animal lover, and don't click off just because I say that. What happens was I was young, and where I grew up, streets of Leeds, there were dogs that would chase us and want to bite us. And you know, when you're running and you're quite fast and your friend drags you and pulls you back and like sends you to the dogs, literally, that heat that you get when you're terrified, that's what I had. And it stayed with me. So I'm like, yeah. But I remember when I was little, I had like teddy bears of dogs, and I wanted a Scotty dog, and I wanted a poodle, like when I was little. So I didn't have that fear. Now it's like I've identified, like, I'm not an animal lover. Well, these dogs right here, I was getting ready to record and do this live, and I was like, come on, Auntie Noni's got stuff to do. And I'm saying Auntie Noni to the dogs. They've got me. They've got me. They've got me. So I'm happy and grateful for that. Like, I'm happy and grateful for the relationships. I'm happy and grateful for the guidance. I'm happy and grateful for the universe listening. When I said, listen, bring me in my soul tribe. And I've done some teaching on that today about calling in our soul tribe and why I'm doing what I'm doing and the way that I'm doing it. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being on. I know that people are clicking in and out. Do leave a comment. Do share this out. Invite someone in who needs to hear it. Like, when you're on this emotional roller coaster, when you're going through an awakening, it can feel isolating, and you can feel behind closed doors. And, you know, when you're going up the emotional scale, and like 1 minute you're like, yes, and then something happens and it creeps up on you, it can be scary, and it can be dark, and it can be frustrating. It can be all those things, and all of those feelings are normal. I want to normalize the awakening process, and that's why I talk about it. So I'm happy and grateful for finances, financial freedom. What would I say today? That my daughter came and picked me up. She brought lunch. So that's lovely. I didn't have to pay for the lunch, and she took me in the car and went off and did her thing. So, you know, it's not directly, oh, well, money is, but that stuff takes money, right? And so I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. when you're soul speaking into existence, or when you're writing out your gratitude, or just be grateful for the things so that you can anchor in that feeling of now, right? So the Seven Freedoms frequency is about that feeling of now. Like if you had whatever it is that you want to experience now, how would you feel? And it doesn't have to be you feel that way about the vision, but it's that feeling anyway. How you're feeling on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis. And it's not about micromanaging your feelings. It's about bringing more things that are joyous. So that leads us to the next segment of how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day, right? So as the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, I want to support you in having that ease, grace, and flow. And as Sydney says, on that cusp of flow, and it's exciting, feels amazing. So what did you do from last Wednesday, which is Emotional Freedom Wednesday, to this Wednesday that felt good, that was in alignment with your values, that felt like fun? For me, is one of my biggest values. And what do you intend to do? So if something's not fun, I'm not doing it. So I want to make memories. So how I launch my day, lead my day, and leave my day, I'm just now getting into more of that flow. So what would you like your days to look and feel like, right? And if they feel completely different now to how you want them to feel like on your vision board, then how can you switch that up? Like, how can you put forth the energy and ask the universe, right? Ask in a meditation, close your eyes and ask, what is it that I need to know? As Louise Hay says, or what is it that you need to do? Like, just ask for the next step. Move out all of the gunk and the busy work, and just step your humanness aside and be in tune with your soul guidance and ask what it is, right? How you want to launch your day, lead your day. There was a post on my Facebook, well, it was on not just mine, in my feed, that somebody said, if you've got that vision is for you. Just because it doesn't manifest like instantly, it's still for you. You wouldn't have that vision if it wasn't able to manifest. It is possible. So how we launch our day, leave our day, and lead our day needs to kind of be somewhat in alignment and moving towards and progressing to what's on your vision board. Now, our vision board is like a year. Yes, I visualize what my ideal year would look like, and then I duplicate it for 7 years. So I can really pull in the feeling of now for 7 years, because here is where Iona Meade be, growing my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV. Right. And so I'm like, well, what would I do on my YouTube channel? I'm doing my book launch videos. I'm doing my Spiritual Awakening annual YouTube summit. It's kind of set. It's really early days, but I can feel the feeling because I'm doing it now. Does that make sense? So how would you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day in terms of your work, in terms of your relationships? What does that look and feel like for you? Decide, write it down, be specific as you can that feels good. All right. Again, give me a like, a comment, a share out, because I know that you guys are on here consistently, and I love that. Thank you for spending this time with me. Let's go into the next segment. So we're going to set 1 to 3, 1 to 3 soul guided action steps today, right? So, and if you were on here, so I got a message from a soulmate connection today that I hadn't had for like a week or so. My ex-husband, I hadn't had for like 3 months or so. So if you guys are watching, comment anyway. So I'm like, who are you? Watching me. So we're going to do 1 to 3 soul guided action steps. What can you do that will raise your vibration over this next week? Seriously, write it down and then put it in your calendar. If it's not on your calendar, it's not getting done. Don't give me lip service. It's like the universe is going to say, okay, what is it that you want to do? Or allow and let in or let go of. What are the things that you're doing that you like? Eating, that came to mind. What are the things that you're doing to lower your vibration? It might be something to do with your health, with your eating clean, drinking, getting out in nature, doing your exercise, sleeping, all those things. What can you do to raise your vibrational frequency, to make you feel good, right? That's loving and kind to you, to emit that vibrational frequency. What's your biggest value in terms of your emotions? For me, if it's like literally, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. This for me feels great because it's my marketing, but it's for me. And it's in the Soul Legacy Academy. It's on my YouTube channel. It's going to be repurposed as a podcast. It's in my Facebook group. It's on Twitter. It's going to be on the, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I love it. I just get to be me. So how I launch my day, lead my day, what actions can you take? And I want to know if you are in a Soul Legacy Academy, or if you are a student of mine in the bootcamp or the mastermind, we have the 7 Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, the 2-hour monthly call. Make sure you're scheduled on that so I can hold you accountable. Buddy up, and we're going. We're setting intentions every single month. And here I be, in between those 2-hour monthly coaching calls, walking my talk. That feels good to me. Are you walking your talk? Hopefully you are. All right, next segment. All right, where are we going? We are going with spending our vibrational money voucher. Woo, woo, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. Here it is. So this Soul Legacy Journal, I call it. It's a notebook. It's a blank notebook, right? Oh, my card is in there. I call it the Soul Legacy Journal because I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, right? Launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. That's your legacy. Kind of ties in, right? I think it's quite genius. I call it 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening story, because this is an awakening, a shift in consciousness, and living intentionally, raising our vibration to a prosperity consciousness is an awakening every single day. We're awakening on different things. We're shifting, or we should be growing, right? And so I say a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. So we've had our awakening, we use our spiritual ascension tools, and then we alchemize the process. And this is what this is. This is what it is for me. So write down in your Soul Legacy journal, or any kind of journal. You take that card out there before it drops. This journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day, right? The card's trying to come out. I'm going to give that at the end. It gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day to spend, right? As a spiritual entrepreneur, oftentimes we want to do our work in the world and we don't want to receive the money. We've got to practice that vibration of money, right? Not having a fear of success, not doing busy work, not being broke, not being burnt out. That is not the best place to build a business. In fear of failure, in fear of success, in fear of selling, we're just going to let all that go, right? So this gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros to experience that level of success to the point where all of your bills are covered, done, at least a year in advance. All of your savings are taken care of, whatever amount that is for you. Done. This is play money. This is soul client income that comes to you that you can spend on your vision board. £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. This is doing it vibrationally. And I popped the vibrational money voucher in the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge Facebook group. It's also in the online training portal, but I put it in there. And if you look for Bank 50K in 50 Days, the soul income game with Iona on Facebook, then you can come and join us, do the vision board challenge, then journal and play this and spend your vibrational money voucher. There's rules though. You've got to type 10%. And if you've never typed 10% or you've wanted to type 10%, think of a worthy cause. Now, the worthy cause that I type to is called Compassionate Friends. And it's a charity for bereaved parents, because I am one. And I will be getting more involved with them, and also kinship foster caring. So who would you give money to? If you had £100, dollars, or euros today, who would you give it to? And some people say, oh, the worthy causes and the charities, they don't get the money anyway. Right? Like, would you create your own? Whatever it is, you're tithing 10% to a worthy cause. It can be any worthy cause that you choose, but you're not hoarding that money. And then you've got 900 to spend today. And if you feel like, oh, I don't have time to spend it today, then carry it over to the next day, make a bigger purchase. Definitely by Sunday, every Financial Freedom Sunday, you've got to spend that vibrational money. It's 7K in a week. Banking 50K in 50 days is 7,000 in a week, right? What would you do with 7,000 in the week when everything else is taken care of and you're just buying the things? You're in vibration. You've got prosperity consciousness. What would you spend it on? Post it in the group. Let me know whether it's daily or it's in the week. I will share what I'm spending mine on the Sunday. I'll do images. I will join in there, and I'll go first. because we want to visualize, we want to be in alignment, we want to actually go and research that vacation, we want to go and see how much it is for the personal trainer, we want to, because it's like, oh well, I want some money. No, you've got a specific amount of money. What would you do? Who would you be with it? As a spiritual entrepreneur, we're contributing and we're doing our light work in the world, and I want you to be, as part of the Seven Freedoms frequency, be in alignment with receiving the financial freedom. Okay, because that is for all of your lifestyle, right? Your health, your emotions. You don't want to be worrying about money and causing disease in your body and stressed, because we know what stressed at. Like, my goal and my movement is to improve the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation, just by us being here together, right? And by you doing your work in the world, because you're amazing. And I don't do all the healing work that all of my students do. Excuse me. And if I can help you raise your vibration, then that's a ripple effect. And that's the intention. That's what I have on my vision board, right? So hopefully that makes sense. If you do the 7-day vision board challenge with me, it's completely free. Then you'll get it more, and spend a week to compartmentalize your life, break it down, put it back together again. So it runs like a machine. It runs smoothly. It runs with ease, grace, and flow. Next segment. Okay, so I'm doing this from memory, right? So bear with me. I'm going to share the book that I read. So the card and the book, and then I'm going to invite you to our monthly call, because I'd love to spend some time with you. All right. So the card that I pulled from the Keepers of the Light today is Horus, the Cosmic Gateway. It says, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Yours. Miraculous changes are occurring. So that's what Sydney says. Sydney says, I'm definitely having an unfolding kind of day on the cusp of flow, and it's exciting. There we go. See, in alignment, right? Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. What you're thinking and feeling. The reason why I do this journaling process is because I want to manage what I'm thinking and feeling, right? I want to walk my own talk, but I want to know that I'm in alignment. I want to check in with me every single day. And because I've got this level of accountability, because who would do that? I know that I'm managing my thoughts and my feelings. And when I'm not, I just say, look, this is the kind of day I'm having. This is whatever it is. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So the book, again, was by Dr. Barbara DeAngelis. And I took some notes on this. And basically, she says, hang on, that's not even today's book. This is it. See, I've got Earl and dyslexia, so I can't even read my own writing. So I'm just going to get the gist. So she says about love and surrender. And the book is called The Choice for Love, Entering a New Enlightened Relationship with Yourself and Others and the World. And I feel like I've been doing this for this last week on, what was it? It might have been last week, where I was talking about love and the love between, partnerships and how, like, we love somebody 1 minute and then we don't. And I'm like, that isn't love for me. Love can't be broke. Love is that energy. And so The Choice for Love was the book again, where I came offline. And so to listen to this now and to know where I'm at, know how much has manifested, know that the version of me is incredible. It really is. And she says there's wisdom on the journey and the vibration of love. And she says the idea is to wake up and stay awake. Right? We wake up and we stay awake. Right? And she said there's a shifting, and the choice for love is essential. And to choose love is to choose you, and to choose to be awake and to surrender, like, and not get sucked into, like, you make the promise to yourself before you come to this earthly plane. You promised yourself that you would wake up before you pass. You promised yourself that you would choose love. You promised yourself that you would be love on this journey. And she says, I promised to remember who I am. And I promised to remember that I am light. And I promised to follow the path of love. All the things that she says, and I just love it, is the way of coming back home and the way of impacting others, being a beacon of light for others. That's what we promised. And so the intentional living codes Seven Freedoms frequency, the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency, which is all the same thing. I just use different names to describe it, is such a gift. And I would love to continue on this conversation with you. I'd love for you to come into the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network if you resonate with that. We have a monthly call to co-create and collaborate and cross-promote, and to be a guest, to find a guest, to be a guest, to, if you're a host, to share our voice and shine our light together as a collective group for our success. When we haven't got people around us that are like lifting us up or holding space for us as we rise, it makes it harder, right? And I don't believe that we're here to do this alone. I absolutely don't. And I want to hold space for you. So I teach this, I walk this, and I'd love to see you on the monthly call. The link is in the show notes in the description. Invite someone in, schedule in, make sure that you're scheduled in. I've got an event page on Facebook, and people have said, yeah, I'm coming, but you need to schedule on my online calendar. It says Soul Guided Influencers Call. I want to bring more soul guided influencers together and share our gifts and birth that life and be that collective bright light. It's not about hiding behind closed doors. I have a video visibility challenge in the group for you to share a little bit about your spiritual awakening story, who you are, what you do, your YouTube channel, your podcast. And there are so many beautiful souls in there. And many people think they're too busy to do that. And it's like, what are you doing with your 24 hours? Like, really, what are you doing? Like, especially if you've been called into my world, that's part and parcel of it. And we do not want to let fear hold us back. And I get like, oh my gosh, you could have told me about my hair. You could have told me. Oh, wow. No, let's just not notice it. So this is absolutely, Horace is the bomb. Yeah. And so that call is one of the things that I really, really would love to hold space and meet others and call in my soul tribe. And so we're soul family, and we have gifts to give out in the world, and I really want to hold space for that. So come to the monthly call. If you are in the bootcamp, my bootcamp, Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, author and authority media program, or in the mastermind, then schedule on to our monthly call. Hopefully Sydney, you'll be able to make that. I don't know what time it is for you. It's 3 p.m. UK time on the first Monday of the month. Every single month, 2 hours of getting this, just walking our talk, and then daily just coming together, raising our vibration. There is nothing else out there like it, because this is what I wanted. I wanted somebody to hold space for me, but I'm doing it in a way that I can work one-to-many. Like I'm speaking, this is one-to-many. The call is one-to-many. I'm not doing it one-on-one, but it's for me first. Literally is for me first. And it's like, at first I was like, well, you can't really say that. And I'm like, well, I can, because it's true. This is the process that I used on my spiritual awakening journey. And I'm still using it now, many, many years later. And I will continue to use it because it works. Right? So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really do appreciate. Share your stories, share how you raise your vibration, how you launch your day, how you lead your day. I would love to know, and I would love to have you on the call. Check out the Soul Legacy TV, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this, give it a thumbs up, share it out on your socials. I'm sure that somebody else would love to hear that. And thank you again for spending time with me. If you are somewhere that you're either in the Soul Legacy Academy, or you're on like a social media platform that I can't pull in, and you are making comments, then I do apologize. I will go back and have a look. But definitely join me for tomorrow is Environmental Freedom Thursday, where we're talking about teaching online and traveling while we teach, because we've got a bucket list and we've got places to see in the world, right? We want that freedom to be able to do so. So big love. Thank you so much for spending this time with me again. Sydney, I shall see you on the calls. And yeah, have a beautiful and blessed day for emotional freedom. So take care.